Guys are working on sliding thigh sweep. We like to do this from time to time. It's a great technique. It's people say it's a variation of Okuri Ashi Barai. I guess you could say that in this application. But watch how the guys are working it here. And it's a good one to throw on crash pads because it's a very hard throw. What it is the movement's similar to Okuri Ashi Barai, sliding foot sweep. But you step and you're putting the whole body into it, and you're actually sweeping with your thigh when you throw them. And the guys are just taking turns off and on here. Looks like it's going to be Ben's turn. And he threw Kelvin there. And it'll be Big Jake here with Derek. And you can see a thigh. It looks like they're almost kicking each other in the butt, but they're not. The movement and the sweeping of the thigh, similar to the Okuri Ashi Barai. Here's Kelvin doing it. And you can see. And it looks like you're just picking them up with your leg, but it's the movement, same as a foot sweep.
All the time.
Nice one from Derek there. He gets a lot of lift and he really buries them. A lot of hip movement. And what's happening, the guys, when they start, they're coming with their left hip in this particular case. They're all leading with their left hip. It's tucked around a little closer, the right hip of the opponent, and as you lead them and throw them, and there you have it. It's a very hard throw. It is flat on the back, Ippon stuff. And we featured this technique in my book, Winning on the Mat. I like this technique. My guys have used it a lot in competition in both Judo and Sambo. And it's just one of those really good, hard techniques. And to somebody who doesn't know this move or think in this way, they would think it'd be a very nice sliding foot sweep when the guys are doing it, when they see it done in a competition situation. You step and you thigh, catch them. It looks like you are kicking them in the butt, but we're not really. We'll do a few more here, and then we're going to work some other throws where we use the thigh lift and as a technique to use to throw with. You can see how very good control there. A few more reps and then we'll move on. But you can kind of get the idea here of movement, step in, and as they step in, it's a fast thigh sweep. Boom. He hardly needed to sweep much there at all. It was a lot of movement there. Okay, looks like Derek will be. We'll focus in on Derek as the last guy in this routine. We'll do some other throws. And he steps and boom, there you go. Very good example. Sliding thigh sweep, Okuri Momo Barai. Now we're working a little bit on timing on Okuri Ashi Barai and Momo Barai, thigh sweep as well. That was and Eric's have a real nice Okuri Ashi Barai sliding foot sweep. And we'll show the difference here in Momo Barai in a minute. And he's still doing Okuri Ashi Barai. I'll tell you what, JT, switch around for the camera, and we'll look at this later. You can view this as well, put it on YouTube. Let's show the Momo Barai, the thigh sweep. Don't kill him. It's a very, very hard throw, everybody. And when you step them and sweep them, bam, there you have it. It looks like he's like on super ultra steroids, but he's not. It's a movement throw, very much like the Okuri Ashi Barai. But the Momo Barai thigh sweep, or Okuri Momo Barai sliding thigh sweep, is basically you step around the corner, as you can see JT do, and sweep him. It's movement, and he basically sweeps his right thigh across Eric's left thigh, almost kicks him in the butt, and gets a beautiful thigh sweep out of it. So it comes out of a nice grip, as you can see the guy's doing kind of a right back grip. And it's a step, and there we get it. He's picking it up now. So basically, Momo Barai thigh sweep has a shorter grip, a tighter, not tighter, but more compact grip. The attacker is closer to his opponent when he throws them, and the hips are very close. In Okuri Ashi Barai, there's more hip distance, more space between the two people doing the technique. Here we have Momo Barai, or Okuri Momo Barai again. And you can see it's a total body commitment as well. Done very, very well. And that is Momo Barai thigh sweep. We also have it elsewhere on our YouTube channel here with Karina West doing it. But here we're seeing some actual guys just training on it, getting the skills down, and working it. And that's you see, there's a fine line there, very close line between Okuri Ashi Barai and the Momo Barai, the thigh sweep. That was more of a foot sweep. Okuri Ashi Barai, sliding foot sweep or send after foot sweep. There, it's more of a thigh sweep. There we have it. Very good. What we're working on here is a cross grip, belt grip to a thigh sweep. And you see you get that cross grip on the far lapel, like JT's doing here. Come inside with a hand foot in there, or a hand on the belt, and a thigh sweep. So what we want to do is work to extreme angles when we're gripping. So notice he's coming across extreme angle and he sweeps. It looks like Eric's jumping for him, but I guarantee he's not. And a thigh sweep is a guaranteed body slam type throw. Look how, watch, okay, see how Derek sets it up with a grip and he comes across and he thigh sweeps him. Of course, that shows you the type of force he threw him with. So you set your anchor hand. Look how Derek's setting his anchor hand on the far lapel and grabs the belt, thigh sweeps, and he slams Eric very well. That's why we use crash pads, guys. Good, thick crash pads. And it's basically a anchor with the left hand on the lapel and thigh sweep. Very unusual throw. Has roots in Muay Thai, doesn't it, guys? Yes. And we can sure adapt it. And I've seen something like this similar in Sambo. And there you have a very, very nice sweep. You could use a foot sweep as well, but the thigh sweep, you're so close. You've got a nice thigh sweep. A lot of hip, a lot of thigh working in there. You're almost kicking him in the butt on the thigh sweep. You can see how the grip is. But we anchor it with that first, in this case, the guys are grabbing left on the left lapel, right hand on the belt, and they step across and finish with a thigh sweep. So it's a very strong throw that we're working on tonight. And again, it looks like the guy, Uki, the person being thrown, is falling for it. It's not. It's a very skillful technique. And they're not diving for each other. It's actually just a good technique. All right. Okay. Eric's working on it. He's new to him, so we'll see what he does here.
I grabbed the belt before I step in. Yeah, right there.
And a step across with your left foot behind him and sweep. There you go. Very good. You know, that's what, your first time or so actually trying it? Very, very skillful. Got your anchor hand with the left, with the right hand comes across, and he steps in and thigh sweeps him. Very nice thigh sweep. So there you have it, a thigh sweep from really a left grip on the left lapel.
Now that wasn't the valley drop, but if I do a thigh sweep, it'll be the same way. Sorry about that. It just gets up a little bit higher. Do it again.
Let me come from a different angle here to catch you here, because you can see how you're kind of faking that hip, because it catches a reaction, doesn't it, Kelvin?
React.
Okay. Can you grab somebody else, because he's taking a lot of shots, a little faster on some other poor human being? Yeah. And Kirk volunteered for this. Okay. There you go. And it's a real smooth throw. Kelvin's tossed guys with this in competitions, because you got to get that hip fake, get a little reaction, because if he stiffens up, he throws that hip, whatever he does, man, you just shoot back in there and catch it. A guy who did this really well on the American team for many years was Dave Faulkner. Kenny used to train out at the Olympic Center with Dave Faulkner, and for many years we call it the Faulkner switch, because Dave did it so well. So, but we just call it the switch now, because Dave's retired in coaching, but he's still known for it. So let's try it. Faulkner switch or the switch. We're gonna work on a Marote Gari, double leg, both hand read. You see it in Sambo, you see it in wrestling, you see it in just about everything. It's a double leg takedown, double leg throw. This is no takedown, this is a definite throw. And the angle we're gonna come out here is it's not your straight freight train shot. It's an angle. So Derek, which side are you coming from, Derek? Okay, go on that side. All right, so you want to come at an angle so he can attack and get a good sweep. So watch what he does when he steps in. You be in the proper spot where you want to be? Okay. So he's going to be shooting, and watch his right foot as he comes in. He kind of hits, and as he drops, okay, now real quick, see how his right foot's out here, guys? That's going to be the thigh sweep. That's going to be really banging him. But his head is over here on the opposite hip. So his head is actually on Eric's right hip. So he's got his shoulder right in his gut. Notice the drop step really low, his back straight. He lowered his levels with his legs. All those things you do in a double leg takedown or throw. But notice here, and he's really got him tight. Now what's going to happen, when he lifts him, he's going to lift him sideways and then thigh sweep and send him into orbit. And that decided who won the fight right there, okay? You do that to a guy in 7-Eleven parking lot, hire a lawyer. Okay, so there you go. So this is a very good move. I first saw this, actually, not in Sambo, but Robert Vanderwall, the Olympic judo champion, who was a master of double legs and all kinds of leg attacks. He wouldn't be allowed to do any of this in the IJF now, by the way, but this was brilliant stuff back in the 70s and 80s when he was doing it. He threw a lot of guys with this move, okay? So, you know, it's certainly his stuff that we're just copying, and we're trying to stay with his skill level if we can. I don't think that'll ever happen, but we're trying our best. So what he's going to do, he's going to shoot in, he's going to, at the angle. Now notice he's not straight in, can't be straight into him. We don't want to be straight into him, okay? We want to be off of the angle. So Derek is moving to his right, so look at, he's at the left angle of Eric. This is important. The angle on this is important. So when he shoots in, he's got ready access to let him have it. He steps in, he does his throw. And you notice how he lifted and turned over his right shoulder. He didn't take him straight back like a football tackle. It's a big lifting throw. It's a beautiful throw. You notice the real high amplitude. That definitely decides. That would be Ippon in judo, certainly freestyle judo. Sambo, because he went down with him, would be 4 points. In a fight, like I said, he'd be splattered. The fight would be over. You know, this is why I say throws or submission techniques, because this is a good example of it. One more time, and then let you guys practice. So when he comes in, he shoots from the angle, and he goes. And I might also say, you notice how he grabbed each leg separately. All those things you do in Morote Gari, with a both hand takedown or throw, are there. Don't lock your hands together, lock them in tight, and you thigh sweep. Just one more for the road. Okay. Come, you notice the angle sign? Okay, there he goes. Man. And that thigh sweep is a big lifting movement. Okay?
You really did good from this side.
What's that?
You can see his leg really good from this side.
You really can. Yeah, he just from way up high. That thigh sweep is essential because it adds a lot more momentum, a lot more power to the finished product, the throw. Want to try that? Let's give it a shot, guys.